Hello everyone, welcome back to Math Vibes, where understanding math concepts is so easy. Today in this series of Concept of Decimals Part 4, we are going to learn an easy way to multiply and divide decimals by 10, hundred, thousands, or we can say the multiples of 10 etc. orally. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, let us revise one more time. What do you mean by decimal? Decimal means 10. Yes, decimal means 10. In our earlier video, we have already explained you the decimals in detail. If you have not watched it, go through that and do subscribe. Okay, so a point. Now, what do you mean by a point? Okay, a point means smaller than 1. A point means smaller than 1. We have known the two methods of naming the decimals, and in one of the method we have learned that decimal is named as point. So what do you mean by that point? Here a point means something which is smaller than 1 and it is represented with a dot. Okay, it is represented with a dot. Let's move on now. Now we know that multiply means to get bigger. Yes, multiply means to get bigger. Okay, we know that in multiplication things get increased. Okay, things get increased, right? So when we have to multiply by 10, so when we have to multiply by 10 orally, we know that the number will get 10 times bigger. Okay, because we are multiplying by 10 and multiply means something which gets bigger. So when we will multiply by 10, then the number will also get 10 times bigger. For example, if I multiply 6 by 10, then it will become 60, right? Now 60 is 10 times bigger than 6. Okay, so it becomes 10 times bigger. So when the questions are related to decimals, then it becomes a little tricky. But here is a shortcut way or a trick to do those questions orally. Let's see how. While multiplying, we shift the decimal place to right. Okay, now whenever we have to multiply some decimal numbers by 10, 100, 1000, etc., then we will keep on shifting the decimal places to right according to the number of zeros, which we will explain in the later part of the video. Okay, so when you are multiplying, for the time being, just remember this thing, that when you are multiplying something by 10 or the multiples of 10, then the decimal will always go, or decimal will always be shifted to the right hand side. Okay, let's take some examples to learn more. For example, now if the question is 8.55 multiplied by 10, 8.55 multiplied by 10. Now what will be the answer? Now we have to find it and we will do it orally. Okay, for the first examples I'll go very slow so that you can understand the concept. Okay, so now I want to multiply this by 10, and now let's look at the number of zeros. 1, it has only one zero, and just now we have done that when we have to multiply by 10, the decimal will be shifted to right side. The decimal will be shifted to right side. Now how many places it will be shifted? That will depend upon the number of zeros. Okay, that will depend upon the number of zeros. Now here we have 10 and 10 has only one zero. So the decimal will be shifted to one place. When we are to multiply with 100, that is two zeros, then the decimal will be shifted to two places. When we have to multiply by 1000, that is three zeros, then the decimal will be shifted to three places. So here let's discuss in detail that what we will do here in this case. Now number of zeros are 1. So our decimal will be shifted to one place, means from here the decimal will now come here, this side. So our answer should be 85.5. There is no need to multiply, there is no need to convert 8.55 into fractions and then do the cutting and all, converting it into lowest term. No need, just simply do the product within seconds. Okay, you just have to practice this method, that is all. And it needs only two formulas, for one for multiply, one for divide. Okay, when we are multiplying, shift to right hand side. That is the first one. Okay, we have just shifted the decimal place. Let us look at another example when we have to multiply by 100. Now the number is same 8.55, but now I have to multiply by 100. Okay, so what will I do? I have to shift how many, now see how many zeros are there in 100, 2. Okay, so the decimal has to be shifted to the right side because we are multiplying. Now how many places it will be shifted? 2 places. Okay, so how many places it will be shifted? 2 places. So this decimal will now shift to 1 and 2. So after this, so our final answer should be 855.0, or we can write 855 also. Both the answers are correct. Okay, so now our answer will be 855.0 or 855. Alright, now let us look at another example where you have to multiply by 1000. So if it is 8.55 and we have to multiply by 1000, now 1000 has 3 zeros, right? But here we have only two numbers, only 8.55. So what we will do now, in order to shift the decimal will be shifted to 3 places, right? 1, 2, 3. The decimal will be shifted to 3 places. But now we have only two numbers with us. So in order to shift the decimal to 3 places, we have to add one number over here after 5. And we know that after a decimal, we can add as many zeros as we want. So according to our need and requirement, we will keep on adding the zeros. Here I want only one more digit. So I have added only one digit, only 1 zero. So now these are 3. Okay, 3 zeros. So now here the decimal will be shifted to 3 places. Now it will be easy. Now we have already made it 3 digits. Okay, so the decimal will be shifted to 3 places to the right, and now the answer will be 8550.0, or we can say 8550.0 or 8550. Now why I'm skipping this 0.0? Because point 0 will make no sense. Okay, so that is why we can skip it also. Alright, it will not be wrong. Now this was about multiplication. Now let us learn about division now. When we have to divide something, when we have to divide, okay, a decimal number by the multiples of 10, like 10, 100, 1000, etc. For that, let us quickly revise. What do you mean by division? Now divide means to get smaller. Divide means to get smaller. In division, we know multiplication is repeated addition. Okay, in multiplication the numbers get added, numbers बढ़ जाते हैं, right? And in division the numbers get smaller, numbers कम हो जाते हैं because हम दे रहे हैं. Divide means we are distributing something, right? Okay, so in order to divide by 10, now we know that now the number will get 10 times smaller. Now remember, when we have done in multiplication by 10, then we have taken the example that 6 into 10 is equal to 60, right? 6 into 10 is equal to 60. It was becoming 10 times bigger. But now when we are dividing by 10, then it is becoming 10 times smaller. So 60 divided by 10 is now equal to 6. This we know very well, that if I divide 60 by 10, then the answer is going to be 6. But now what happened? Earlier we had 60 things with us, and now we are left with only 6. Earlier we were having 60, but now only 6. So 60 divided by 10 will be equal to 6. Okay, so let's see what happens when we have to divide by decimal. Now when we have to divide by decimal, then we will shift the decimal place to left. So let us look at this example where we have to divide this decimal number 8.55 by 10. Okay, now we have to divide this by 10. Every rule remains same, okay, but the only difference will be that now we will not be shifting to the right hand side, but we will be shifting to the left hand side. Okay, you just have to remember that multiply means right and divide means left. Okay, again whatever, like how many places you have to shift and all those rules will be same. Like 10 is there, so we will shift the decimal to one place, because here we have only 10 in 10, so decimal also will be shifted to one place. Okay, so now our answer will be 0.855. The only difference was that now we have shifted the decimal to left hand side. Alright, let's look at another example where we have to divide by 100. So over here the answer is going to be 0.0855. How? See, now we have shifted the decimal to two places, because in 100 you have two zeros. So we have shifted the decimal to two places. So that is why the answer now became 0.0855. Okay. We can write 0.0855 also, but just because the point is so small, sometimes you cannot see it thoroughly. Okay. Okay, so you cannot see it clearly. So that is why we write 0. So 0 point. Okay, 0.0855 is the answer here. Now let's see one more example where now you have to divide by 1000. Okay, now you have to divide by 1000. Now see how many zeros are there in 1000. 1, 2, 3. Three zeros. Three zeros are there in 1000, and the sign is of division. So you know that when there is a sign of division, then we have to go to left hand side. Okay, then we have to go to left hand side. How many places? 1, 2, 3. Three places to the left. So 1, 2, 3. Three places to the left will give you the answer. Yes, 0.00855. Because see here we have to shift the decimal to three places and to the left hand side. So 1, 2, 3. Three places shifted. So now the answer is 0.00855. Okay, I hope it is clear to you, and if it is, then don't forget to subscribe. Okay, don't forget to click the subscribe button and like our video. Alright. Thank you for your support. Okay, now remember one thing only, that while multiplying go to right side, while dividing go to left side. Okay, so here are some practice questions which you have to do, then only you will come to know whether your answers are correct or not. Okay, and so find the product of the following questions orally. It is 85.4 multiplied by 10. Okay, I'll try to solve two questions and then the rest of you will try to solve. All right, now when we have to shift the decimal to right hand side in multiplication. Okay, so here, so you will shift to one place. So now the answer will become 854. All right, 854. So this is simply 60 into 100. So 60 into 100, simple. So it will give you 6000. Alright. So now the C part is three zeros are here. So you will shift the decimal to three places. But here we have only two places. So what we will do, we will add one zero over here, and then the final answer will be 478560. Right. And now how to read it in number names? We have already shown you in concept of decimals part 2, so you have to go through that video again, and rest of the two questions you have to solve on your own, and you can write the answer in the comment section below, and I will try to check it and I will surely reply to you your answers are correct or not. And these questions were of multiplication, and the next set of questions are for division, where you have to find the quotient of the following questions orally. Okay, now just remember this thing, that whenever there is divide, we have to go to left hand side. So 10, that means this decimal will be shifted here. So the answer will be 8.54. Alright, now 60 divided by 0, by 100, sorry, 60 divided by 100. So you have two zeros. Now this question is different, but we know that 60 can be written as 60.0. Okay, 60 can be written as 60.0. And now can you shift to two decimals? Yes. So when we'll shift it over here, then it will be 0.60. 0.60. Okay. So now three zeros we have to divide by 1000. Simply shift the decimal over here. So the answer will be 0.47856. Okay. Now, rest of the two questions, you will write the answer in the comment section below, and I will surely let you know that your answers are correct or not. But I know very well that you have listened the video carefully and you will be able to solve it for sure. Right? Good luck. So thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much for watching. And our next video in concept of decimal series will be comparing decimal numbers, which will be our part 5. And I will explain in detail that when you have to compare two decimal numbers, then how can you do that. Okay, and don't forget to click the subscribe button please. Thank you so much for your love and support. Bye bye.